Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is the second part of my journey in launching an AI automation agency. If you haven't watched the first part, definitely check it out first. To give you some context, in that video, I broke down all the steps you need to take to launch an AI automation agency. We started with the kind of knowledge you need to gain, moved on branding and operations toolkit, and ended with specifics on lead generation and the sales process. A big part of that video was dedicated to lead generation methods, and today I'm going to show you the results of those outreach campaigns, the conversion rates, the conclusions, and overall all the insights and updates I've gathered over the last 3 months. This is the file I used in the previous video. Many of you requested it, so now you can access it using the link to my resource hub in Skool, which you'll find in the video description. The file is now updated with comments and results for most of the chapters. They are highlighted in yellow, so let's dive in and go through all of them. Alright, the first part is basically my background. It hasn't changed, as you see. Here, if you're looking to integrate AI and automation solutions in your business operations, you can go to bosar.agency and get in touch using this form. We'll get back to you. Then, if you're looking to learn how to build and sell AI and automation solutions, I invite you to sign up for waitlist for our AI fellowship program. I'm going to tell you more about it later in this video. Then you have my YouTube channel. This is the first part of this video, basically, and my LinkedIn profile. Let's connect. Okay, the first thing to do was to improve your skills and become an expert, right? To learn some key concepts. The update here is a playlist by IBM on large language models and chatbots. Definitely suggest that you check it out. They break it down very clearly. Then we had chatbot building and automation. The update here is that I've published a new video titled How to Build AI Chatbots, Full Guide from Beginner to Pro. That is a very comprehensive video. It takes like 1.5 hours long. I covered a lot of stuff. I covered how AI chatbots work. I covered the best prompting technique. I reviewed the best tools which you need to learn in order to build these solutions. I've included like 5 different tutorials within that one video. So if you are really interested in learning this stuff, just dedicate 1.5 hours of your time and you will level up your expertise just by watching this one video. Okay, then I added some links to the YouTube channels of my fellow AI agency owners. If you're looking for practical AI engineering tutorials, go to Dave Abelard's channel. This is one of the best. Then, if you're looking to learn how to build AI voice bots, you can go to Yanis's channel and learn about VAPI AI. There are many tutorials here. Or you can also go to Mark's channel and learn about Blend AI. There are many tutorials on this tool. Both Blend AI and VAPI AI are designed to build AI voice bots. All right. Then we had development skills, and I mentioned that you need to have some kind of development expertise. You are a developer and you know how to code, or you have a partner who knows how to code, as it is in my case. All right. An update here is that I've included what we use at our agency. We mainly stick to TypeScript and Node.js for all our functions. We use AWS S3 to store files. We deploy our functions to AWS Lambda. We use LLRT as the runtime in our Lambda functions. And if you want to learn how to build these high-demand AI and automation solutions, I've included AIF.academy. So AIF, let me show you. This is the website. AIF stands for AI Fellowship. This is our educational product designed to provide curated technical knowledge on building specific AI and automation solutions that you can sell as an AI automation agency. Our team of developers is working on it right now, and we won't launch it until I am 100% sure it's the best product we can deliver. For now, you can just sign up for the waitlist and get a discount as an early participant in the program. Then we had niche research or general approach. I'm going to cover it in a moment. Just as a reminder, my decision was to start with hospitality niche. Then we had solution selection. Again, I kind of designed a package of AI solutions specifically for hotels. I'm going to cover that in a moment. Then we had branding, operations toolkit, lead generation, inbound and outbound. I dedicated a lot of time to cold emails. And then we had sales process That's basically it. All right, let's cover the most important insights: niche and solution selection. As mentioned in part 1, if you want to be a niche-specific service provider, the best way is to be an insider in that niche, right? For example, if you've been in the hotel industry for 10 years working as a hotel manager, you understand the ins and outs of the operations. You understand the challenges these businesses face, not just in theory, but in practice. Also, it all comes down to the compound effect. After spending 10 years in one industry, you'd have connections and a reputation. You'd be able to talk to your peers using the same language and test your hypothesis to see if they need your solution or not. If you're an outsider, it is much harder to make it work. Think about something you are deeply involved in, something you've spent years learning about, both in theory and in practice. Now, imagine somebody with no experience in this subject trying to advise you on it. This has happened to me a lot. Usually they are very vague, right? They can't comprehend everything just because they haven't lived through it or faced it firsthand. They miss a lot of details simply because they haven't experienced it themselves. So my approach to this is to utilize partnerships. I know another AI agency owner who partnered with a company that has been selling software to hotels for many years. This company can be considered insider because they have thousands of active clients in the industry along with connections and context. However, they are not experts in AI. So they partnered up, and through them, this guy is going to sell his AI solutions to hotels. Since they already have thousands of clients, it will be an upsell to existing customers, which is usually much easier, especially if your solution makes sense and solves a problem, right? Your solution might be just as efficient, but the difference is that they have established relationships and trust. That's why they can upsell it. And we are currently very interested in partnerships like the one I just described. So if you are a B2B company and you see a clear way how to sell AI solutions in your industry, but lack the expertise, capacity, or something else, feel free to reach out to me directly and let's discuss it. The only condition is that you must be an industry insider with active clients and revenue. The best way to get in touch for partnerships is through LinkedIn. You can find the link in this file or in the video description as well. And then there is a general purpose approach. Here it becomes even more difficult to sell anything through outbound lead generation. The reasons for this are obvious, so I won't even dive into them. I'll just say that if you are not targeting a specific niche and want to sell AI chatbots, voice bots, and automation to various businesses, the best strategy is to generate inbound leads. They come to you already knowing that you have a solution to their problem. And now I'm going to show you some conversion rates from my outbound and inbound lead generation campaigns to kind of prove my point. For outbound lead generation, I used cold emails, LinkedIn campaigns, and an AI tool that is supposed to replace an SDR, sales development representative, and generate leads for you. I set everything up according to my guidelines from the previous video, so it wasn't just a thoughtless process of sending out some emails offering to build AI chatbots. No, I analyzed the industry as the best I could as an outsider. That was the hospitality niche, by the way. I curated emails that focused on their problems, not my solutions. I warmed up the mailboxes. I took care of deliverability and so on. Just watch the previous part and assume that I did everything according to my guidelines. And here are the results of my tests. This is my dashboard for the cold emails. As you can see, I tested different geographies like the United Kingdom, Australia, the US, the Netherlands, Israel, Dubai, and it was all targeted at hotels. Okay, these are the emails sent and emails opened. There are 0 clicks because I had no URLs included. However, if you look at the open rate, it's 52%, 46%, 53%, 62%, and so on. On average, it's around 50%, which is very high. That's because I ensured deliverability by using different mailboxes, warming them up, and validating the email list. So all the best practices were applied. These were quality leads and well-constructed email campaigns. I also tested different scripts. In one, I advised that we can help hotels prevent losses from missed leads and could save them $50K annually by capturing and converting leads with 24/7 multi-language support across all platforms, I pointed out how much they were losing, right? In another, I tried to create a sense of urgency because it was right after the GPT-4o release from OpenAI. I mentioned the new OpenAI release and the great opportunity to integrate advanced AI into their businesses. I specified the state and location, making it very kind of customized. Also, in the end, I didn't push for a call. I simply offered to share a quick video if they were interested. Okay, that's soft call to action. Another script described what they could do with 24/7 multi-language support chatbots and integration with different platforms and accessibility via QR codes and so on. This script may not be the best, by the way, but from all these campaigns and leads, I engaged in maybe 1 or 2 conversations, and unfortunately, we had no sales calls from all these efforts. You'll see 27 replies from the UK campaign, but all of them are out-of-office replies or automated responses like, "We got your email, we will get back to you," blah, blah, blah. So I just stopped cleaning them at some point, and that's why the reply rate is higher. If you go to the master inbox, most replies were out of office, and the other ones were also irrelevant, like, "I am training our new sales office manager, I am leaving the business," or "Thanks for getting in touch, we appreciate your interest," and just generic replies like this. If I clear all the filters, you'll see most of tags are out of office. One person showed interest and asked me to send the video, which I did, but they never replied. So the conversion rate from these 4,000 emails to sales calls, not sales, you still have to sell, right? But to sales calls only is 0 in my case. All right, now let's have a look at an AI tool called Artisan. It is a startup that has built an AI employee that is supposed to replace a sales development representative. Here's how the tool basically works. First of all, I had a long chat with this assistant, providing all the information about our company, about our automation agency. Then, based on my answers, it creates a campaign. So if you go to campaigns, you can also manually edit the campaign if needed. Then it generates emails that look like this. "Miranda, congratulations on Comcater becoming the exclusive distributor of Rational. I'm Bogdan from Bosar Agency, blah, blah, blah. Reach out if you'd like to explore how Bosar can support Comcater." So all the emails are unique, which is good. All the leads are pulled from Apollo by this AI, so I don't create lists or emails. I just answer a few questions and the AI does it for me. I can then just click approve and schedule all for these emails to be sent out. All right, I removed my mailboxes because I stopped using this tool. Anyway, what is the problem? The content is still too generic for me, and the customized information it includes is often outdated or irrelevant. If you go to the inbox, you can see that while some people replied, the responses were mostly generic, usually out of office messages or something like that. For example, you can see out of the office, returning on Tuesday, away from emails, I'm currently out of the office. Oh, this one says, we are already implementing AI chatbots, so theoretically I might dive in and ask more questions, trying to convert them, but I'd rather spend my time generating inbound leads, to be honest with you. Let's open a few more. Nothing there. Yeah, I just stopped checking them because all the responses were either out of office messages or notifications that, they were not interested. That's how it works. I didn't get a single lead from this tool, which is why I stopped using it. And this is a linked helper too. Let me show you my campaigns. They include a sequence of actions, right? For example, first, I have an invitation like, "Hi, I hope you're doing well. I am currently providing AI solutions for the hospitality companies in Dubai and would love to connect with you." If they accept, I follow up with message 1. "Thank you for accepting my invitation. Have you heard of the latest update from OpenAI and GPT-4o? It's also on my YouTube channel where I share free tutorials and updates on leveraging AI. Feel free to check it out and I would greatly appreciate your feedback." Then it checks for replies and sends another message. "Did you get the chance to check it out? I'm curious to hear your thoughts and if you've already tried implementing AI in your business processes." For cold outreach, LinkedIn has been the best in terms of engagement. For example, I had 21 replies out of 144 accepted invitations. Some responses included requests for more information, like please explain how it works, and others were like polite acknowledgements, such as nice to meet you or I'll check it out. However, these conversations typically led nowhere. I also ran campaigns targeting Maltese hotel owners and managers, resulting in 63 replies. Responses also included kind of polite acknowledgements and promises to look into it. This one, for example, says once hotel will be completed and in operation, we could maybe look into it. Thanks for now. So again, they didn't lead to any significant outcomes. I've done similar campaigns in the US, Malta, Dubai, and Australia. Let's actually go to this Australian campaign and click Start Campaign. It has 140 leads. If you go to the queue, you'll see the contacts I have. I just want to show you how it works. If you go to LinkedIn here, it replicates human actions to avoid kind of spam checkers. So it takes control of my screen, types messages, and makes pauses between actions to kind of mimic human actions, human behavior. For instance, it will check a person's profile, experience, and only then send a connection request with a note. You can actually see how it is typing a message. Since it makes pauses between actions, I cut them out just to save your time, but it basically works like this, in the background, without any involvement from you. This tool is still useful for outreach. Whenever you do cold outreach, I suggest using Linked Helper 2. Despite having more engaged leads and even some conversations, I still haven't had any sales calls from cold outreach campaigns in LinkedIn. However, it does create more opportunities for engagement if I compare it to cold emails, for example, or to Artisan. Maybe it's just me, and perhaps I am doing something wrong with cold outreach. And if you change, this variable, you might get different results, but I'm showing you exactly how I did it. And on this channel, I share my experience, and here's how it looks. Expect the conversion rate to be close to zero if you do cold outreach and are not an insider for a selected niche, or if you take a general approach without targeting any specific niche. With that in mind, I've decided to focus completely on inbound lead generation. In my case, all of my inbound traffic is coming from YouTube. The previous video focused a lot on cold outreach, but I've concluded it doesn't work well, not only for me, but also for others in the industry who share the same feedback. I had 3 salespeople who wanted to sell our solutions and earn revenue share, but they've also had no luck so far, and it is predictable because the technology adoption is in its early stage. Business owners will come on board later. For now, it is very hard to sell unless they come to you. So this time, I'll dedicate a few minutes on sharing the most valuable tips and tools I've learned over the past 1.5 years on inbound lead generation from YouTube. I'm not going to provide any recommendations on other platforms, such as generating inbound leads from LinkedIn, Instagram, Fiverr, Upwork, or any other platforms, because I'm not actively using them. My focus is on YouTube, and I can share what works well for me. First of all, here's the cheapest possible option to set up a studio and get the audio and video quality like I have, the one you can see right now. Here's the list of everything I use. You can grab these links directly from this document. You can find an even cheaper setup, but there will be a quality trade-off, of course. According to my research, this is the most budget-friendly option to achieve this kind of quality that I have. And then, once you are set up, it's best to have some kind of a workflow in place. I'll share this Miro board with my process. You'll find the link in this document as well, so feel free to use it. This is my content creation process. It consists of 8 blocks. It's idea generation, research, writing, filming, editing, publishing, repurposing, and analytics. I'm not going to dive into it too much right now. The most important things, in my opinion, are here. So we have title and thumbnail. These are the most important things. To watch the video, people must click on it first. Okay? Has been proven, These two things must be done before preparing the video itself. And another important thing to keep in mind is the structure. So it is under writing block here. You need to make your videos as structured as possible. It should be completely frictionless for the viewer to understand the idea, to consume the information you want to share, right? I dedicate weeks preparing the structure, preparing the scripts for my videos because I appreciate your time and I want to make it as concise as possible. Only pure value without any discussing around the topic. One of the insights I've gained is that you'll get better with time. You know the concept of the last man standing. If you keep pushing longer than everyone else, if you show up consistently, eventually you'll get there. I'm learning a lot on this journey, and some things are very hard or even impossible to understand unless you do it for a while. It's the same for insiders versus outsiders. For an outsider, it seems like some YouTubers can go viral by accident, like suddenly a video explodes, right? But the longer I do it, the more I understand, the more I can predict which videos are more likely to perform better and which are not. Another insight is that, at least in this particular niche, long, in-depth videos seem to work better. They are much harder to prepare, but they often get more views. YouTube's algorithms are intelligent enough to recognize their value and push them harder. Especially now, YouTube supports smaller channels. I'm sure you've noticed on your YouTube start screen, there is a mix of videos, some from big channels and some from absolute no-names. That's the beauty of this platform. Even if you're just starting out, you get exposure. The only thing you need to focus on is ensuring your videos provide value. Okay, I won't spend more time on this since I realize not all of you are interested in starting a YouTube channel, but if you'd like me to share more insights on YouTube content creation, let me know in the comments and I might prepare a separate video on this. Now, we discussed that from LinkedIn and cold emails, we got 0 sales calls scheduled. So, how many calls or leads can you expect from YouTube, even with just a few thousand subscribers? Because I started getting leads and form submissions when I had like 1,000 subscribers. So even with that amount of viewers, you can start generating leads and making sales calls. Let me show you the numbers. Let me show you my YouTube studio from the inside. My channel currently has 6,347 subscribers. Let's be honest, that's a no-name, right? But for our context, the amount of subscribers doesn't matter as much as the amount of views. Views are important because they convert into leads, okay? So let's have a look at those. In the last 90 days, my channel got 115,000 views, all for long form videos. I don't do shorts. These views are broken down by days, and as you see, there are spikes. Like every time I publish a new video, there are spikes in views, okay? After a video is published, and if it does relatively well, I can get a few form submissions every day, around 2 to 5 forms per day, okay? Then there is a bit of silence with around 2 to 5 forms per week because the videos are still being viewed, but not as much as right after they are published. And then again, a new video is published. I can get around 10 forms submitted in the week following the publication. Then again, there is a bit of silence. So I tried to analyze this, and it seems that from 10,000 views, I usually get about 15 quality leads. Quality leads are not form submissions. Quality leads are companies that are looking to implement AI solutions. Okay, and that's how it works. Recently, we haven't gotten any leads in a week, completely 0. I think there are 2 reasons for that. First, it is July 14th today, and overall businesses are slower, kind of slower during this vacation period, right? Second, I have not published anything in 3 weeks, so there are no spikes, no new visitors, right? However, I am going to publish a big video between today and the day when this video is going to be published, and I think it is going to do well because it is a long and in-depth video. So let's see. Let's agree on this. I am going to track the performance of that video and share the results, okay? The number of leads that will come from that big video titled How to Build AI Chatbots complete guide from beginner to pro. And I also share the stats in this file. So when you open it, you'll see the conversion rate. But so far, when it comes to conversion rates, approximately 50% of those form submissions end up on a discovery sales call with us. The other 50% are either not qualified by us or disappear after we invite them to call. Then only 1 out of 10 discovery calls converts into a sale. So 20 form submissions from YouTube convert into 1 sale. The conversion rate appears to be 5%. Again, only 1 out of 20 people who come from my YouTube channel and submit a form on our site ends up paying us money for implementing a solution. It's not as easy as I thought, honestly. I believed that if they came to us from my YouTube channel, they already knew what we do because I show my tutorials, I show the kind of solutions we can build, and I explain how these solutions can be used for their business. So to me, the largest chunk of our job was already done before the form was submitted. But not really. First of all, many people are just exploring the space. They are curious about AI possibilities and might use the discovery call as a kind of free consultation on how to use AI. Secondly, our conversion rate is increasing because we are changing our attitude, we are changing our approach. Now we treat it as a sales process and we handle it much better. I think our conversion rate is definitely higher than 5% now because we qualify the leads better and we have more experience to conduct our sales calls more efficiently. And that brings us to the last chapter of this video, the sales process. The most important insights I want to share with you right away about conducting and closing sales calls are quite simple. Show knowledge and offer a demo. The first one is to demonstrate your knowledge proactively during the call to make them excited, okay? Don't assume that they know that you know. Aim to leave them thinking, wow, this person really knows what to do. To make that happen, your knowledge should be in-depth. I usually assume they already know everything I talk about in my videos. And on the call, I take it one step further with real insights I've learned from actually implementing solutions. And that's why it's better to start sooner than later. As you start talking to potential clients and exploring projects, even if you don't make a sale, you'll learn a lot just by evaluating those projects. This isn't just theory like from YouTube tutorials. It's different. We get only 1 sale out of 10 sales calls, but we investigate projects for all 10 of them. And in doing so, we've learned a lot. The second insight is offer to show a demo. When you've spent months learning how everything works, playing around with different solutions and automations, it becomes easy for you to understand and to kind of imagine the final result. For your potential clients, it's not the case. They need to sort of touch and feel the solution, and that should create a wow effect, which should close the sale. So yeah, long story short, you need to be prepared. You need to understand the subject you are talking about better than your leads. Make sure you're confident in your knowledge about these solutions if you want to sell them. Go and watch my comprehensive video on AI chatbots. As I said, it is quite in-depth and it will help you learn how it all works together. But then again, you'll never learn everything perfectly. There always will be room to grow and some gaps to fill. So if you have already watched all the materials suggested in this video, if you've built some solutions already, and if you're confident you can do it, just start doing the calls. The worst case scenario is you won't close them, right? You won't close these leads. Nothing catastrophic happens. But during those calls, if you make like thousands of them, you learn what people are asking about. I learned from calls that potential clients often ask questions like, what about data privacy? Or how do you ensure that there are no hallucinations? Or which kind of model do you use and why one model is better for a specific task than another one, and so on. There were many questions I couldn't answer at first, and it was quite embarrassing. But you learn from it, and with more experience, you become more confident and prepared. And by the way, answers to these questions and much more will be addressed in our AI Fellowship program. We are going to create an educational product that contains answers to tough questions, packaging all our experience and not just mine. I'm not posing as a guy who has made it and now wants to teach others how to do it. No, as you see, I'm sincerely sharing my journey, completely transparent. We haven't made it yet, but we are definitely on our way. And that's the important thing. We have leads, we have daily sales calls, we have revenue, and we have 15 years of experience in software development. I'm also lucky enough to be surrounded by the best experts in this space. I'm sure you'll recognize most of them, and I'll do my best to incorporate their expertise for the modules they specialize in. We have a team working on this program full-time, and as I said, we are not going to launch it until I'm 100% confident that it is worthy of your time and money. So for now, just sign up for the waitlist and I'll provide more details as soon as possible. Wrapping up the sales part, I want to recommend a book titled The New Model of Selling, Selling to an Unsellable Generation. It's filled with practical advice and real-world examples that can help you level up your sales skills. I'll share some high-level insights from that book that align with my experience, but obviously to fully get it, I suggest that you read the book yourself. The first insight is to focus on building genuine rapport. Less small talk, more meaningful talk, okay? Ask questions like, what aspects of the product made you want to explore it further? Try to get to the real stuff. This shows you actually care and builds real trust quickly. And trust is everything. The second insight is to shift from price-based to results-based thinking. We often get stuck discussing prices, but what really matters is the result. Instead of talking numbers, highlight how your product can solve their problems. For example, instead of saying, this costs $500, say, this can save you an X amount of hours of work each week. And shifting to results-based thinking can really change the conversation. The third insight is to ask problem awareness and solution awareness questions. You want to help your prospects see the bigger picture. Ask questions that make them think about their problems and the impact of not solving them. Something like, what happens if you don't address the issue and it gets worse? Or how would your life be different if this problem was resolved? These questions can really open up the conversation. And honestly, we weren't doing this right. Our approach was like, okay, you want a solution, you know what you want, you know I can build it because you saw my tutorials, so just provide me with the project requirements and we'll do it. Sometimes it is like that, but usually it is better to dive deeper and kind of brainstorm the bigger picture together with them. And the last insight from this book is to utilize effective tonality and body language. Well, this is obvious and I'm very bad at it, but I'm becoming better with every call. How you say something is just as important as what you say. So learn from that book and then try to be mindful of your tone and body language during your sales calls. That's it, guys. My current strategy is simple. Content equals revenue. So consistently publishing videos, driving traffic to our agency, improving our sales skills and close rate, and this way grow the agency. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. As always, appreciate every one of you taking the time to watch my videos. If you want to thank me, just write a comment. More comments trigger more exposure for the video and I'll appreciate it. Alright, I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.